Welcome to What's New with Carcassonne. Today Richard learns The Princess and the Dragon. When it comes to this tile, this is a single road connected through a tunnel. This is one field, however, and this is one field. And this is a monastery inside of a city. So when you're claiming something on this tile, you must be clear whether you're claiming the monastery or the city. If the monastery inside a city tile gets added to a city, the monastery can still be claimed. If a player claimed the monastery, it is possible for another player to still claim the city. And the features are completed the same way. So if a player has claimed the monastery, it is completed when it is completely surrounded by tiles for 9 points. If a player claimed the city is completed when it normally would be, and it would get the same amount of points it normally would. If playing with the dragon, dragon tiles, volcano tiles, and the dragon figure are all required. During setup, shuffle all the tiles as you normally would, and set the dragon aside until you draw a volcano. When you draw a volcano, place it like you normally would, but note that a meeple cannot go anywhere on that tile. Instead, take the dragon from wherever it is and place it on the volcano. The next player then continues normal play. Next are the tiles with the dragon symbol on it. But unlike volcano tiles, a feature on a dragon tile can be claimed. After that step, the dragon moves. So starting with the player who played the dragon tile, the dragon will move 6 times, keeping in mind the dragon cannot land on the same tile 2 times during this movement of 6 tiles. So that player will move 1, then the player to their left will move it twice, then the player to their left will move it 3, and so forth. So 4 and 5 and 6. If the dragon moves and there's a meeple in the way, then that player's meeple gets returned to that player's area. No matter how many meeples might end up being in that dragon's way. And because the dragon cannot land on the same tile twice during a single movement, it is possible for the dragon to get stuck. That ends the dragon's movement, and regular play continues on to the next player. And it is possible to draw a dragon tile before the dragon is on the board. If this happens, set that tile aside, and when a tile with a volcano is drawn, then take that tile and just shuffle it back in to be drawn later. And one more note about the dragon, they cannot go into a tile that has the fairy. They must avoid the fairy. If playing with the fairy, set it aside during setup. If you place a tile during your turn but do not place a meeple, you may grab the fairy from wherever it is and place it by any of your meeples on the board. If after all the other players have taken their turn and it comes back to your turn and you still have the fairy, you gain 1 point. As stated previously, the dragon cannot move onto a tile that has a fairy. If a fairy is with a meeple on a feature that is getting scored, first score the regular amount of points, so 4 points in this example. Then add 3 points because of the fairy. Leave the fairy where it is. A princess tile can be played like a normal tile, or instead of placing a meeple, it can be used to remove a meeple from a city. When playing a tile with a magic portal, you can claim a feature on that tile like you normally would, or you can use the power of the portal to claim an unclaimed, unfinished feature anywhere else on the board. And there are other interactions that this expansion will have with other expansions, which I'll leave for you to discover. Thank you for joining me to learn what's new with Carcassonne, the Princess and the Dragon. Have fun, and I invite you to join me now as I do a playthrough. And welcome back to Carcassonne. So today I'm going to be going over the Princess and the Dragon. So in order, I'm going to do the Princess first, then I will demonstrate the Dragon, then I will demonstrate portals, and finally I will demonstrate the Fairy. So to start off, just set the dragon and fairy aside. They won't be used until they're used. Otherwise, I am going to be playing with the abbot because I just like playing with the abbot so much. Otherwise, everything else is normal. So let's set these aside. And player 1 draws, a princess tile. So the first thing to know about the princess tile is it can be placed normally. It doesn't have to do anything special. So green is going to go ahead and claim that city. Player 2 draws a bit of city, and hey, there's a city here that's not claimed. So because a side is not connected to a side, this is not one city, it's 2 different cities. Then player 1, draws a princess tile. So we have a princess right there, and he decides that he is going to use the power of the princess, which is I'm not placing a meeple anywhere on that tile, so instead I'm going to remove a meeple. So it doesn't matter if it's mine or an opponent's. Perhaps someone has a clear majority and I just want to get my meeple out of there. They're getting the points. I cede. I would take my own out. But in this case, if I take pink out, I clearly have the majority, so I'm going to remove pink's and just give it back to pink. Next, player 2 draws a dragon tile, but we can see that the dragon is not yet out on the board, so what we do instead, until the dragon is on the board, we remove the tile from the game, just set it aside until the dragon has been drawn and is placed on the board. Once that happens, this tile would then get shuffled in. So player 1 draws an alternative tile, and oh, okay, already he drew a volcano. So he's just going to place that volcano right there. Once a volcano is drawn, the dragon moves onto the board and is now on the board for the game. So the dragon is not going to leave the board. He'll move around and stuff, but he is now a permanent fixture of the board. So that's it. So player 1 would not be able to claim anything on that board. If a dragon is on a tile, nothing else edible, and there's a whole list that you'd have to look up to know exactly what is edible. But meeples, regular meeples, and your abbots are edible by the dragon, or yeah, the dragon can eat them. So that's it. That's all player 1 can do. It's now player's 2 turn. Actually, it's player 1's turn, and player 1 draws a road tile. So player 1 knows that once the dragon moves, there's a good chance that he could be removed from the board. So instead, he's going to try to get the dragon to go where he would get stuck. So the dragon can move 6 tiles, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, for example. He cannot go back on tiles that he's already been on. So to start, player 1 is just going to himself go down, and now because that's the tile he started from, he can't go back, so he's stuck. So hopefully player 2 doesn't draw a dragon tile. And oh, look at that. So now we're on a different turn. So player 2 is going to place that there. Player 2 is going to go like that. That's 1. Player 1 doesn't want his meeple removed, so he knows he's delaying the inevitable, but he's going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, and player 1 knows there's one more movement. It is possible for the dragon to move. So player 1 must move the dragon for its final tile onto that tile, removing his own meeple. So anytime a dragon comes up, wherever the dragon is, he gets up to 6 movements on condition that it doesn't move onto a tile that it's been on before, including the tile that it starts on. So we saw the dragon move to the volcano. It moved once, and then it happened to move again because we drew another one. And player 1 draws a volcano. So we now know that the volcano will move the dragon. And where will it move? We could put it anywhere, of course, but wherever it goes is where the dragon will now be, wherever that happens to be. So there it is. So whenever a volcano is drawn, move the dragon to the volcano. Whenever a dragon is there, move the move the dragon. Next, player 2 draws a portal. So you can player 2 decides to put it there. So you can claim a feature on it, and in this case I would get an easy automatic 3 points. However, I can instead use the power of the portal to claim a feature that has not yet been claimed. So on condition that it's not finished as well. So an unclaimed, unfinished feature. So instead of taking 3 points, pink is going to go ahead and put themselves in the city, hopefully far away from the dragon. Player 1 draws a regular old road, so he will simply claim that, probably connect that, so that's that. And player 2 draws one of these tiles and decides, instead of starting a new city, they're going to just place that there. And now they're not going to place a meeple, they're not going to claim a field right now, so instead they're going to take the ferry and go ahead and put it right by where they are. And for now, that's all that's going to be. Player 1 draws one of these tiles, and yes, we'll put that there. Player 1 does want to try getting that city. It's pretty early, so he's going to be fine with that. And now it's the start of player 2's turn. And hey, it's the start of player 2's turn, and they have the ferry. So what's going to happen is they get a point, just like that. And as for a tile, they draw, the dragon moves tile. So they want to finish their city, then they are going to claim a feature. So the meeple moving happens now. Then the dragon moves. So player 2 is going to count it out. 1, 2, because they know that if they move it there, player 1 is going to go ahead and move it there. Player 2 could move it there. But they also know they're immune. Here's what I mean. Player 2 is going to go ahead and do this. Player 1 is going to try to get closer, but because there's a ferry there, the dragon cannot go on this tile, making all that effort pretty pointless. So they know what happens next. Player 2, of course, isn't going to put it onto their own, but the ferry protects them. Player 1 is not going to go back onto his own meeple, and we are stuck. Now let's count our points. We got, I'm taking only my meeple, the ferry's going to stay there, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 points. So let's give ourselves 16, makes it 17 with the 1 point they already have, plus an extra 3 points for the ferry being in the feature with my meeple when it was scored. So 1, 2, 3. The ferry stays there until someone decides they wish to bring it to their meeple. And of course I can't move it there because this is the figure movement that I did this turn. Player 1, draws the tile with the city and monastery. Doesn't really matter where we put it right now, so let's try that. Now, was player 1 going to claim the monastery or the city? Because you can claim either one. So the monastery can be claimed, and you would just finish the monastery as you would normally finish the monastery, or you claim the city, and a player can claim the points for the city the way they normally could. So I'm going to try for the monastery this time. And the dragon moves. So player 1 is going to move it like that. And player 2 has no choice because the ferry is still on this tile to move it this way. And 3 and 4. And green is losing a maple no matter where he goes. So you would rather keep one of those up there. So because there's no way pink is going to let him keep a meeple. So in terms of demonstrative gameplay, that's that. I just really like Carcassonne, so I'm just going to go ahead and just keep playing. So player 2 is just going to go, and we're just going to that's it for me knowing what tiles are coming up. For me looking, they're all shuffled up now, and whatever comes. However I play is just what does end up happening. So let's see that. So pink is going to take that. Green, is going to take another monastery. Yeah, I like when I can do monasteries all at the, ooh, I'm gonna take that. I should have put the abbot there. That's okay. Player 2, you know what? Let's do this. Let's have our little corner over there. Player 1, road. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so player 2 then also gets, I can't put it there. No, I have this road. I'll just do that. And of course, I will also place my abbot, player 1. Ooh. Ooh, because I could finish this. Could finish that. Remove their meeple. And go ahead and, you know, give them no points. Because scoring happens after the meeple removal. This is field, so I'm just going to add it to my city. I'm going to do the same thing Pink's doing, just kind of do my own corner. Pink. Let's do that. Green. Ooh, the city's getting a little big. Or do I want to do that? Okay, let's do that. Pink. Let's put our city together. Green. Yeah. That works. Oh, green is going to also claim that. So pink is just going to. You know what? I don't have to remove a meatball, so I'm not going to. Right? I can still just use that to connect my own. Yeah, he was a little smart to have so many meeples. I could. No, I'll help myself rather than hinder another. Okay, so player 1. Got a nice little bit way going on. Player 2. No, I was like, oh, I could put a pink one there, but then you know that these are going to be connected together, and I could still put it there. Or I could put it. No, there's nothing for me to. How did green not realize that? And green only by himself not realize that. So I can. The portal made me realize that I could still claim this city because this is just an app and a monastery. I guess that's a little tricky, claiming the monastery. Kind of covers up the monastery. Player 1. Player 1 will connect these and remove pink. Player 2, oh well, was worth a shot. I didn't know I was going to get a princess tile there. 2 means let's build this. You know what? Let's do that. Do I want to take a road? I mean, I have enough meeples. I might as well. Let's take 5 points for this. 20, 25. Player 1. I don't want this city to get too big. I want to close this off, not build it out. That makes it prime. On the other hand, if I do that, that leaves it less open for attack. Right? Yes. I want that built though. Player 2, another portal. I can finish that. Ooh, I can finish that. Can I get somewhere else? I mean, I could put a guy there. I could use this to put it on a field. Yes, I can. Because if I could, ooh, that's tricky. I was gonna say if I could put a meeple there and then get a tile there. But if I never get a tile there, then I still have that one city. But I would at least have two if I put, a meeple here. Is it? I mean, it's slightly early. No, no, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to use that portal to put a farmer in a field. So I'll get these both back. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points. 20, 35. Player 1. Ooh, dragon's going to move. Okay. And I get to move it. Ooh. Oh, shoot. So don't put this here to end the road, because if I put it here, right now it'll be stuck. If I put this here, he can just loop around and start eating me. So instead, I'm going to, I guess, claim this road. I'm not helping. Oh, you know what? I'll help out my monasteries here. I will help them out so much that I'm going to... No, scoring happens after the dragon movement. So player 1 is going to move that there, and because he started there, he can't go back. So that's it for dragon movement. So okay, so technically you do the meeple movement first and score after the dragon moves. That's your technically. So I'm just gonna say let's remove the abbot and just score. Player 2, road. Player 1, ooh, volcano. Where, like I have to ask, I want the dragon to be approximately here. Player 2, wants to get the ferry. I keep forgetting about the ferry. Wants the ferry, but can get easy points there as well. So let's take 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Player 1. Let's add to that. Let's bring a ferry to me. Player 2. Building a city. Yes, we want to build a city. Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. So I do, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, new ruling. I didn't get 4 points for this. I got 4 points for this road. Good enough? Let's move on. 2 then is going to add to this city then. And now put a meeple on. And we're back. Player 1. Oh, it's the start of player 1's turn. Let's get a point. Let's add that there. And there is a portal on that one. Is there something I want to claim? Oh, look at that. There is a monastery that is not finished and not claimed. So I'm going to put my abbot on that not finished, not claimed tile. Monastery. Player 2 is going to finish their city. And they want the ferry on one of their dragon moves. And scoring happens. 8 points for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Player 1 doesn't have the ferry. But, I was going to say can finish the city. No, can finish this city instead. So let's take the ferry and move it. Let's see. That seems fine. So 2, 4, 6, 8 points. 17. Player 2 wants in on that city, but player 1 did well, not allowing me. This would be a nice place to start a city that's like this, but not with that dragon right there. What can I do? I could start something over here. Start something over there as well. Player 2 is good with player 2's stuff being right there. So claimed, ferry cannot move. Player 1 Oh, player 1 started with the fairy, so he gets a point. And of course, the fairy's just going to stay right there. Player 2. I guess. Player 1. Oh, still has the fairy. Point. Ooh. And where's the volcano going? I think right there. Ooh, or right there. Yes. Yes. Very happy with that placement there. I just had to confirm that that was correct, that that was player 1. Okay, so player 2, indeed. And the dragon moves. Woo. Player 2 is going to go ahead. He already knows. Player 2 already knows what player 2 is going to do. Let's do that. That? Yeah, let's do that. Not place anything and move the fairy. So the dragon has to move this way, and because the fairy's there, has to remain stuck. Player 1. Wow. And there's a portal on this one. So you get to not just finish the city, but if there's something not claimed, oh, would you like to claim it? You can put a guy in a field right now. You can claim that right now. Let's do it. This monastery is not claimed. Let's claim it. That sounds excellent to me. Once this is done, that's 9 points. Instead of the 3, 6, 9 points plus potential for more. 12. Yeah, but I could always put a guy in later. That's what I'm going to go with. So, 2. Okay, I'm going to go across. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 points. 43. There we go. Green finally starting to catch up. Player 2. Player 2 does this. And what that does is connects these two cities to this field. So they're stuck there. This is all the border, but hey, they now have 9 points for this field. Player 1. Just continue this road to nowhere. So you can't really. No, I want to keep this open for like maybe a curve road or something. It's the or something that I'm leaving that open for. This is almost exclusively a curve road unless there's another no. Both monasteries with roads are already out, so yeah, I need a curve road to get this one taken off. Player 2. Oh, I can't put it there, but I can put it there. Oh, am I the only one with cities now? Player 1. Oh, dragon's going to move, and this is one road. All this is one road. It's connected underneath the city. A city which I don't have right now. Let's leave this wide open. Okay, let's do that. Let's take this city, and the dragon must move, and the only movement it can do is that. Player 2. And the dragon's gonna move again. Okie dokie. Ooh, do I have my abbot? I do. So is there a better spot I could put this? There is. Ooh, and even a spot I really want. That now opens up to that city as well for 12 points. I'm going to claim that garden, and the dragon moves all the way to there. Player 1. That seems okay. And he's going to claim it, so the fairy will not move. Yes, the fairy is easy to forget about. That's just part of the experience. Player 1, 2. Wow, the dragon moves again? Really? Really? Where's my abbot? There. I'm gonna put it there. Remove this for 8 points. I'm not. Move it once, fine. 1, 2, 3, for that. So what? 55. This goes back. Player 1. You want to do that? That road will end there. That road's claimed, and I can't get there. Oh, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, as opposed to 1, 2, 3. Player 2. It seems like it could be useful. The abbot's already taken off, so I'll just do that. And I already have that field. Player 1. Okay. Maybe no. I'll still do that. I'll still do that. I only have 1 meatball, so I will not take that road. Don't want this field. I can't take that field. No, nothing would happen if I did that. No, I'm just going to continue on to the ferry. Man, I don't know. You have the potential for most, so I'll keep you safe. Player 2. Let's do that. Oh, okay. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. 13. Player 1 has the ferry. Let's give him a point. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for this road. Oh, and I did not remove a meeple or place a meeple, so I am going to remove this for 6 points. Player 1 or 2. Okay, yeah. I'm not placing a meeple. Don't want that road. I mean, I'll take it. Player 1. Ooh, the dragon moves. Ooh, and not protected. I should have moved that ferry back to that. Okay, so player 1 and green's abbot. And the dragon moves. So player 1, player 2, player 1 wants to remove another one. Player 2, player 1, player 2. Okay. Player 2. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I could, oh shoot, and I could take the field right now too. Shoot. Mm. Shoot. Player 1. Ooh, city. Where is a good spot? There isn't really. Well, I could do that. And I'm going to say my own shoot because I like that city. Player 2. Finish this. And I'm going to remove this as well. I'll take this for 7. And 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 32. Player 1. Ooh, the dragon moves. Oh, shoot, the dragon moves. See that, I already have this one, so. But I can move it, so I can go 1, and then player 2 has to go 2, 3, 4, stuck. Player 2. Oh, I was gonna say could finish the city. No, you're right. Could finish the city. Ooh, could finish that city. Or take this one. Alternatively, could take this one in that way. Player 1. Oh, the dragon's gonna move. Oh, player 1 has the ferry. Yes, I've been forgetting about the ferry sometimes. Okay, plenty of times. And this is done. So that's 9 points for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the fairy was with me. 1, 2, 3. And the dragon moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be that way. And 6 will be that way. Pink. Oh, never mind. Another one is done. I feel like taking this off too for 5 points. Wait, can I? Yeah, nothing. I didn't move any figures or place any figures. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now pink is going to place their road. And of course, move the fairy to their maple. Player 1 can finish the city. Can claim this city in the first place. 2, 4, 6 points for that one. 39. Player 2 has the fairy. And can add that. Oh. Player 1. 2, 4, 6, 8. 7. Player 2 has the fairy and draws a big old city tile. You want to start a city here? Ooh. Risky. You could also start a city up here. But with green trying to... Player 1. I think player 1 is going to claim that one. If that's the case, sorry, I'm going to move that there. Player 2 has the fairy. Add to that. Fairy's going to stay. Player. Did I get myself the fairy point? I don't know. Player 1. Actually, let's claim this city for its 4 points right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at 101. Player 2 has the fairy and draws road. Just put that there. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Taking an awful risk. Player 1. Okay, do the same thing. Just claim this for 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Player 2 has the ferry and draws. Can finish this city. Yeah. There. It's a bit of a risk, but it's potentially manageable if I put a meeple there. So 2, 4, 6, 8. 7, 8, 4, 5. Player 1. That's not even a city worth getting. Maybe it is. Player 2. Also straight road. This is what I'm talking about. Let's see. No. Player 1. I could put that there, which gets me that meeple back. And if I put it there, I could take 3 points. Have the ferry. 1, 2, 3, and then 9. 1, 2, 3, and then another 9, 17. Player 2 has the ferry. Yes, I do keep forgetting sometimes. Player 2 does that. Oh, I can do that. Player 1, of course, does that. Player 2. Okay, do something completely different. Take this. Player 1 cannot finish that city. Can finish that city. Can finish this city. Has a meeple. Take the easy points. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Ferry is there and draws. Oh, I don't have a meeple. Well, that means I have to do that. 8. 1, 2, 3. Player 1. Just add to this city. Player 2 has the ferry. Now has a meeple. Player 1. Getting a little too focused over here. Player 2 wants that. Alternatively wants that. I'm gonna do that. Player 1. Ooh, portal, big old portal. I can do something like that. Is there somewhere I can get to? And yes, indeed, he wants to put the abbot there. Player 2 has the ferry. have two in the field. I only have an abbot. Okay. If I only have an abbot, then I'm gonna get myself a meeple back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 is 15. No, 1, 2, 3. 13. Player 1. Can just do that. Or if I do that, I don't share points with pink and I get the majority of points. So relative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for me green. 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3 points for pink. 1, 2, 3. So that seemed worth it to me. And I meant to take this off, so I'm going to also remove that. So another 8. Pink. Now we get 7 for there. You know what? It's an abbot. I'll just do it. Just make sure I didn't miss a 9 spot or something. Okay. 1. Maybe I do that. Good luck finishing your city. Player 2. What helps me with that? Finishing that road can... Oh, and I still have the ferry. I guess I could start a new city up here. I have a meatball. So that takes 4, and I do have other meatballs. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And player 1. I don't have roads that I could put this on too. I could try for that. Field is already claimed. Player 2. I can't close that city off. I lose all my points. Guess I just do that. Do I have my abbot? No. So I'll take it off now then. So what's that? 7 for the abbot. 128. Player 1. Ooh, princess. You know what? I think I'm going to put this here anyways. I have the majority, so there is no point in using this, but there we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 6, 152. Player 2 has the ferry. Oh, it's already attached. No, attached to this field. I'll take that. Player 1. Continue on this city, I suppose. Player 2. If I put it right there, I get 3 points. And that puts the fields together, and I pink have majority. I'm gonna put Mabel down there. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Player 1. Oh, last tile. Well, I already have a city, so I'll just set it on that city. Okay, I just adjusted the camera a little bit just to get a better view of the board. So this is the state that we're in. Let's see. Pink is slightly behind despite having the ferry. Yes, because I keep forgetting about the ferry. So we got 5 points. 37. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. We've got 1. And the fields. Okay, so these, yeah, so green is in Pink's field, and Pink has the majority. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. That's a pretty good payday. 8, and then another 22. Good for you. These are counted. Green. 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 18. Okay, so pink won anyways. And there we go. I now invite you to join me as I do my expansionist ranking. All right, expansion 3, the princess and the dragon. So, what did I think? So with Carcassonne's major expansions, they're kind of like a collection of different modules. There's the princess with its own rule set, the dragon, its own rule set, the portals, and the fairies. So I will be ranking these individually. All right, the eponymous princess. What did I think? So the princess only interacts with cities, nothing else. You can use it like you would a normal tile, or you can use it to remove a knight from a city, and that's it. That's all it does. So there's not a whole lot of rules overhead. It's not disappointing to pull up. It can be used. It's just not very high. So in terms of what do I think? If I am assembling a major game, I would say might as well throw it in. Next up, the other half, the dragon. What did I think of that? The dragon's fun. It just is. We have the dragon. We have put the dragon on / move the dragon if it's already on tiles. And then we have, oh, now move the dragon. So it's nice. It's not overdone. It's move 6 tiles. Maybe some people would say 6 is too many. Is it? That's kind of a nice balance of, come on, can we stop the dragon already versus can we move the dragon more? I think 6 is a good number. And it's also really nice to have that strategy of I can only move it once. They can only move it once. And I know they want to take me out, and I want to take them out, and we all know that. So in terms of just fun factor, come on. It shakes things up a little bit. I know people don't like meeple removal, and I agree with them most of the time. I don't know. There's just something about, come on, I like this little guy. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe it's lower, but I'm going to say it's essential. People will disagree with me. That's fine. I just like this one. Next up, portals. Easy essential. Easy, 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 easy essential. Claim like you normally would, or that thing that's been sitting there is not being claimed. You saw it in the playthrough. We have abbots being removed from monasteries. Oh, but it's not finished yet. I'm going to use this and reclaim that. That would be a pretty sweet thing to do to have a monastery, and just don't finish it, especially if it's an abbot, and hope that you are the one that's getting the portals to just go bouncing back and forth. Of course, other people can do the same thing, but putting meeples on the board is always good. putting it somewhere where maybe it would otherwise be hard to get, or it gets you there before someone else. If you drew this tile specifically, for example, oh, I want to get into a city that's not claimed. Now I can, um, without this tile being a city. Easy, 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 essential. And now, the fairy. And to quote myself in the 1.0 version of this video that I did previously, the fairy does not get my essential because you have to remember to use it. On the other hand, when you do remember to use it, it's so nice, isn't it? Get a free point every turn with other people forgetting to use it. If you're one of those people that remembers that you're the one that has the fairy, oh, you keep getting a point every turn. Yes, I have a friend who does take advantage of everyone forgetting about it, so he just keeps taking it for himself. And he keeps getting points because no one else remembers to use it. But in terms of getting points, yes, of course, of course, of course, this is nice. 3 points for having the fairy with you as you're scoring, awesome. 1 point just to have it with you when it's your turn and it's still there, of course, that's nice. It is 1 point, but if you're one of those people who does remember to use the fairy, and you're playing with people who always forget to use the fairy, then you are constantly getting 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. And then it just depends on how many rounds there are. So I'm just going to balance this out. Getting points is great. Having to remember to use it, and I just don't. So I'm just going to say, if I'm playing with it, odds are good I'm going to remember it half the time, up to half the time. So I'm just going to say, might as well. So thank you for joining me on this Expansionist update. Thank you for subscribing, and we'll see you next time. Have fun.